Well, welcome back then. Here's another blog. It's been a while. Oh, it's been a while. It has been a while since my last bream fishing. I think it was at Bluebell, weren't it? Back in March last year. It's now January. I hope you all had a good Christmas and a good New Year. I'm hoping this year to begin out a bit more, but we'll have to wait and see. But because obviously I work for myself now, I'm very busy, and that's taking up a lot of my time. Is now his work, but I am going to try and get out best I can for you. So today's fishing adventure, for the next 3 days, I'm here at Linear on B1. Now I'm trying to fish for the roach and the perch because it's very grim, it's very overcast. I've got my rods out now for the perch with some lobworm on and king prawn, but I'm also fishing 14 wraps later on in the day, or midday during the night, for the roach at distance for about 14 wraps. I think it was, yeah, about 14 wraps. And that's fished over some ground bait, a better ground bait with 2 maggot feeders and helicopter rig. So for all the people that have been asking me questions on Facebook about this up and coming session, I'll try and explain everything I can, what I'm doing in the vlog. I'm not feeling it at the moment. There's only me and probably about 3 or 4 other people on. There was a guy yesterday when I came. It's now Monday, I came Sunday. There was a guy next door. He was roach fishing. He was saying, he's saying he's found it hard this last few weeks. I think the bailiff said earlier on that there was a good roach come out before Christmas, and then he said that's all they've heard of, really. But the whole complex is struggling, so we'll have to wait and see. Touch wood that I get a fish for the camera and whatnot. Like I say, I'll talk you through what I'm doing bit by bit. Hopefully there'll be a fish or two along the way, but we'll have to wait and see. That's one thing I can't make happen, but I'll give it my best. So it could be the first session of the year and the first blank of the year, but we'll have to wait and see. So I've got some new equipment I've been buying, so I'll try and get maybe a tackle review or through the vlog. I'll show you. The first one I bought is a new cup. It's from Jag. Very good bit of kit. Expensive. This is the larger one of the 3. It comes with a lid, so you can keep your brew warm. Brilliant bit of kit. So they are. That's the first thing I bought. And I bought a hot water bottle as well, because I thought it'd be cold. That was a Ridge Monkey hot water bottle. But other than that, I'm going to concentrate my efforts on trying to catch a fish. So I've got 3 rods out now for the perch. My 1.75s are here, ready to rock and roll. They're already clipped up, they're already marked up. All I've got to do is put a bit of bait on it. When I bring them in, fire them out to the spot. I've not gone crazy with the bait. See, I've put about 6 balls of ground bait out in told and a bit of hemp, a couple of spoonfuls of hemp, just over the last 24 hours. Because I'll show you all this later on. This is the intro type of thing. So I'm just going to finish my brew, have 5 minutes. I'll just recast them rods, and then I'll talk you through some stuff a bit later on. And hopefully we'll catch a fish. Hopefully. I'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see. You never know, do you? Right, that's me waffling. I'll catch you all in a little while, and let's hook for some fish. It is very dull. I was fishing 7 wraps out for the for the perch, but I've gone a little bit further because I think it's just a bit too weedy. So, great. Probably not the best peg for them neither, to be fair, but there are a lot of perch have been coming out of this side. But I'll have to wait and see. Alright, I'll speak to you a little bit. Bye bye. Right then, so like I was saying to you about the rig, I'm doing with the rigs. So I've got my big rod out. I've got my big rod out. I've just had a bit of a cast around with lead to see what's what, and it's pretty windy out there, but I'll show you all this in a bit. Firstly, I'll show you what you've seen a million times before, and that's the rig. People still do ask me about it. So what I've done is, I'm going just to solely worm, because I was using on my little 1.75s, I'm using them feeders. They're excellent feeders for the maggots, but you put a lot of worm in, it tend not to come out as easy as what this one does. So I like these for the worm, the ground bait and stuff, but these are the best ones for the tench fishing and the maggots, because there's less holes in them, so they take a bit longer to empty. So I've got two different feeders. I spoke to you about it before. As you can see, tench, worms, bream, ground bait, maggots. You know, if you've got lots of ground bait with your maggots, this is the best one. Just maggots, that one. So, like I say, I'm going to put some worm in this one, and I'm going to put a rig on it, a 6-inch rig with a size 12 hook. That's what I'm doing this. So I'm not going to mark this up or anything. I'm just going to, it's going to be a roaming rod, pretty much, because I know there's some big bream in here, really big bream. Now we might be lucky, might get one, might not, but like I say, when I fill the load, or when I fill the feeder, I'll show you how I do it and whatnot. But the other thing that people do ask me about quite often is what stuff I use. So the hooks I use, pretty much only use for my specimen fishing, my tench, bream, that sort of fishing, is these here, specimen hooks. That's all I use. I'm putting a size 12 on for you. I'm only going to put one worm on. I might put two on actually, two little ones. I'm using dendrobina worms. I've got some lobworm. And the hook link material I use, fluorocarbon wise, it's always Gardner. I don't use anybody else really. The only time I'll use someone else's, I'll use the IQ2 for barbel fishing. And if I'm doing my roach fishing, I tend to use pretty much Drennan specimen hooks. Let me show you them when I'm here. So I'm using them for my little helicopter rig with a £5 hook link in this material, and they're pretty much the hooks I use. I use the little 18s, 16s and 14s in the Drennan for float fishing, or my little helicopter rigs for the tench fishing, the roach fishing. And if I'm perch fishing, I will probably still use the specimen ones, but I'll use them in a size 8, just because if I'm using king prawn, they do work quite well. So it's same hook, different packet. These are a bit older, these are the newer style. But them I use for my like big worms, i.e. lobworms, and if I'm using prawn, that's what I use them for. So they're the only two kind of companies I use, Coram and Drennan. I do have some Guru hooks, but they're mainly, I just use them on the river, to be fair. If just to get rid of them, use them up. I've got quite a couple of packets of them. But over the years, I just found out the specimen from Coram, the barbed and the barbless I have, tend to work really well. They've never really let me down or anything. They are a very good hook and they're very sharp. They're a very good pattern on them, to be fair. And that's pretty much it really. You've all seen how I do the helicopter size. Just two little beads, two little rubber beads, and a little swivel. That's a Gardner swivel. They're Matrix, I think, are them little rubber stops. But what I will say is, I normally use £10 line as a rule, because I like the £10 line for casting. I just think it comes off the rod better, because I've only got the big rods have got a 40mm ringing. My smaller rods are 30, and I've always found the £10 flies out. You can get quite a long way with a £10 line. But this time, because I've got a bigger ring size on my bigger rods, on my 2.5s, I've gone up to 12. So I think to note is, if you're going to start using these float stops, just make sure you wet your line before you put them on, because it's a lot tighter, it heats the line up and it will curl it. So there's a little tip for you: make sure the line's wet before you put them on. Bit of slather or something on them, otherwise it curls it up, and every time you push it up it heats up and it curls it. So just learn by Peter. I learned that myself when I was farting around when I was at Bluebell last year. That was the first time I used the £12 line, and the line I use it's only quarter carp line. It's cheap, it's very strong, it's like tow rope. You can tow out with that. I mean, it never lets me down. It's great stuff. But there you are, that's the rig that I'm using now for the bigger rod. So that's going to be a roving rod. I'm just going to be flying it around here, there and everywhere. Like I say, I'll show you a bit more in a minute. I'm just going to get this set up, get this rig tied up, and then I'll show you how I fill it. I'll get it cast out, and I'm going to make a brew, and I'm going to have my breakfast, and then I'll see about getting some more spawn mix out, the rest of it out, and then I'll have a bit of a tidy up, and I'll keep you updated through the day. I'll probably will fish into the night, so I'll probably keep going right through. I'm all set up for it now, got my heaters on, candles already on, just ready to rock and roll. It's only early, so it's only about, what time are we on? It's only get off. It's 9:30, 25 past 9. You know, so it's still early. So I'll get another 12, 13 hours out before it's about midnight. Well, I'll probably keep going till about well into midnight, just after. I only need 4 or 5 hours sleep, which I've noticed this last couple of years we've been working. 4 or 5 hours sleep, I tend to be alright. So that's what we'll do, I think. We'll go up through the night, keep casting. So this is just it's last ditch effort really. I need to try and find something that's going to work. No one's catching on the lake, so it's not I'm fishing stupidly, even though I think I am, but I'm actually not. I'm fishing quite well, but it just puts doubts in your mind on it and whatnot. So that's what I'm going to do. But yeah, that's all I can do is just try and try. So I'll keep you all updated. I'll do the feeder in a minute when I've got this rig sorted, and we'll get some more bait out, we'll get me breakfast, and I'll have a bit of a chill out for a bit. I might even do a couple of tackle reviews while I'm at it, and we'll see how we go. Speak to you all shortly. see, just 2 worms. Oh, stuck in the finger. That's all I'm using. And then, obviously with the maggot, I've got some maggots here. I'm just going to chuck a few in with it, give them a mix round, and then I'm going to absolutely fill this thing best I can. Put a few more maggots in, and then really get it in there. Just like that. Shuts. Get rid of that one. And you. Sloppy mess. As you can see. Now, I'm just going to fire it out. Yeah. Put you there. You'll just see for a second. I can just fire it out. There we have it. Good tight line. I'm hoping the rain's going to keep away. And I think I'm going to get another packet of maggots out. I think I'm getting a bit short there. So when I go to tackle shop, Steve, I get my maggots from, he puts them in bags, he seals them up, takes the air out of them, and then what I do is I stick them in the tub that I'm using, and then give them a bit of a mix around with the live ones, and then before you know it, they're alive and running. As you know, you can't use spawn maggots here at Linear. You can only put them in feeders or in bags. So yeah, for now I'll have a quick brew. You see what's going on. It is quite windy out there. Nice bit of a breeze. Right then, quick update for you. As you can see, I've packed up. So obviously the weather's absolutely going to be shocking tomorrow, and I'm getting quite fed up of catching bloody birds. So I've called it a day. So I'm going to set off home tonight. It's probably about 2 o'clock now, I think. So I'm going to get myself home, and then I will probably go on the river this next couple of days. try and get another vlog for you done there. This is a bit shit really, I know, but it's just how it's panned out really. And I've also been trying to suss out things in here, what I need to be doing, things I need to be changing. Like, I'm carrying way too much gear. I need to be cutting it down. I need to be a bit more lively, a bit more on it. It's taking me too long to set up and too long to pack up. So it's been a bit of a learning curve today. I've been at it for so long, so that's what I'm going to do. Might get myself a new power porter with all the bags and stuff on it, and we'll use that as my tackle station, I think, to make life a bit easier. But other than that, it's been a good trip. I know I'm not caught out, but I'd say it's been a learning curve again, learning how to do stuff once again. So yeah, thanks for watching anyways, for what bit it was. I'll catch you on the next vlog, which will probably be hopefully this week. I'll try and get out this week and get on the river this week for you for a few hours and whatnot. So anyways, thanks for watching, take care, see you all in a bit.